The Chicago winter was bitterly cold, but Daniel Wayne's penthouse apartment was always warm. At 47, he was one of the most successful lawyers in the city. He had everything: luxury cars, a beautiful home, and a reputation that made people admire him. But Daniel had not always lived like this. 25 years ago, he arrived in Chicago with nothing. No money, no connections, no future, except one person: Marcus Washington. Marcus was his college roommate. When Daniel had nowhere to go, Marcus opened his door. When Daniel had no job, Marcus helped him find one. And when Daniel's mother got sick, Marcus gave him all the money he had saved. "I'll never forget this," Daniel had promised. "When I succeed, I'll take care of you." Marcus smiled. "We're brothers. That's enough." But time passed. Daniel became successful, powerful, important, and Marcus. He stayed behind, working as a teacher on Chicago's South Side, raising 3 kids alone after his wife passed away. Life was hard, but Marcus never complained, until one day. He had no choice. After losing his job and falling behind on rent, Marcus finally picked up the phone. He called the only person he believed would help: Daniel. But Daniel didn't answer. Again and again, Marcus called. Each time, there was an excuse. "He's in a meeting. He's unavailable. He'll call you back." But he never did, so Marcus went to see him. Dressed in his best worn-out suit, he stood in the lobby of Daniel's office building. He waited, but Daniel refused to see him. Marcus tried again and again. Each time he was turned away. One day, Marcus waited outside for hours, only to watch Daniel leave through a back exit, avoiding him completely. In that moment, something broke. Not anger, not resentment, just quiet understanding. Meanwhile, Daniel was not at peace. Started checking the windows constantly, changing his routes, avoiding familiar places. He wasn't just ignoring Marcus. He was running from guilt, running from truth. Even his daughter Sophia noticed. "Dad, why is that man always outside?" she asked one night. Daniel froze. "I don't know him," he said. But his trembling hands told a different story. The more he ran, the more afraid he became. Until one day, life forced him to stop. On a cold March evening, Daniel was driving back from a business trip when a sudden blizzard hit. The road turned to ice. His car lost control. Within seconds, everything flipped, metal crushed, glass shattered, silence. When Daniel woke up, he was trapped, his leg pinned, his chest barely able to move, snow blowing into the car. He tried to call for help. Nothing. No signal. No strength. For the first time in his life, he felt helpless. And then, something unexpected happened. A light appeared in the distance. A figure approached through the storm, step by step, closer, till the face became clear. Marcus, of all people, was Marcus. Marcus, now a volunteer rescuer, had been searching the area for stranded drivers. And there he was. It's the man who had been ignored, the man who had been avoided, it's the man who had been forgotten, standing right in front of him. Daniel opened his mouth. He wanted to speak, to apologize, to explain. But no words came out. Marcus didn't hesitate. He covered Daniel with a blanket, held his hand, spoke calmly. "You're going to be okay, brother." Brother. That word hit harder than the crash. For 20 minutes, Marcus stayed with him, keeping him awake, keeping him alive. Until help arrived at the hospital, Daniel lay in silence. Tears rolled down his face. "Who saved you?" Sophia asked. Daniel whispered, "My best friend, the one I betrayed." A month later, Daniel showed up at Marcus's home. No suit, no pride, just crutches and regret. When Marcus opened the door, Daniel did something no one expected. He dropped to his knees. "I'm sorry," he said, his voice shaking. "I didn't forget you. I avoided you because you reminded me of who I used to be and who I failed to become." Marcus looked at him. Not with anger, not with hate, just calm. "I wasn't looking for money," Marcus said softly. "I just wanted to know if my brother was still there." Daniel broke down. Not as a lawyer, not as a powerful man, but as a human being. From that day on, things changed. Daniel quietly helped Marcus rebuild his life, paid off his home, supported his children, helped him return to teaching. But more importantly, he showed up every month. They had dinner, talked, laughed, no cameras, no attention, just two old friends. 1 year later, Sophia asked him, "Dad, why aren't you afraid anymore?" Daniel smiled. "Because I stopped running." He looked at her gently. "When you run from the truth, it becomes a monster. But when you face it, you realize it was just your shadow all along." That Christmas, both families gathered together. Laughter filled the room. Warmth replaced the cold. And Daniel finally understood something money could never buy. No matter how far you run, the truth will always wait for you. And sometimes, it comes back to save you.